Hi everyone, welcome. Today, we're going to explore something really profound, a choice that quietly shapes every part of our lives, often without us even realizing it.
Yeah, think about it. It's this sort of invisible choice that you make every single day that really defines your inner peace, the health of your relationships, and, well, your ultimate destination in life. And this choice, it's actually represented by a really ancient story about two trees, the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Now, I know this sounds like something from long ago, but these two trees are really just symbols for two paths available to you right now, each with a very different starting point and a vastly different outcome. So let's start with the first path, the path of self. On the surface, this is the one that seems most attractive, the most empowering. I mean, the promise that came with it was so seductive. You will be like God. It's the ultimate offer of self-reliance, isn't it? The power to define your own truth, your own reality, completely independent of your creator. And this breaks it down so perfectly. You've got the path of rebellion, which is rooted in this idea, I am my own source. I rely on my own wisdom, my own strength. Then you have the path of trust, which is built on the complete opposite. God is my source. It's about relying on his guidance. And as you can see, the outcomes, well, they couldn't be more different. So that first path leads to something the Bible calls sin. But the true meaning of that word is so much deeper than just, a list of bad things we do. Here's the key takeaway, really. Sin isn't a checklist of bad deeds. It's a fundamental change in direction. It's turning away from God to make yourself the center of your own universe. And this slide just illustrates the fallout so powerfully. When we disconnect from our true source, the consequences are absolutely devastating. Our connection to God gets severed, our relationships with other people start to crack under the weight of blame and hurt, and even our relationship with the world itself becomes a source of struggle. You might be thinking, okay, this is just an ancient story, but the principles of this tree, man, they are alive and well in our world today. You just have to look around. I mean, look at how this plays out. Our culture screams at us, if it feels good, it's okay, which is really just the modern version of saying, I am my own standard. Or at work, the message is, you can only rely on yourself to win, which just echoes that ancient lie, I don't need God. And this path, this constant pressure to be our own source, is what leads to so much of the anxiety and the isolation that we all feel. But that is not the end of the story. Thankfully, there is another path available to us, the path of trust, which is represented by the tree of life. And here is the best news in all of this. The path back to our true source was never permanently closed. This slide lays out exactly how that path was reopened. You see, that first choice led to separation, but then Jesus came as the true living tree of life. Through his sacrifice, he paid the price for our collective choice to be our own gods. And because of him, the way back to our true source of life is now wide open for anyone who wants to turn back. And this brings the choice right back to you, right now. This isn't about some ancient decision. It's about the small choices you and I make every single day. Think about it. When a challenge hits, what's your gut reaction? Is it to jump into worry and try to solve it all on your own? Or do you pause, pray, and hand it over to a source that's greater than yourself? Your first reaction reveals which path you're on. Or how about in a conflict? What's your goal? Is it to be right? To win the argument? Or is it to show love and restore peace? One is the fruit of self-reliance. The other is the fruit of trust. The beautiful truth is that the path back to our true source of life is open. It's not something we have to earn. It's just a standing invitation. So, in the quiet of this moment, the choice is yours. Which tree will you choose?